London Mayor Sadiq Khan has been exposed for being associated in some way, shape, or form to a trainer of one of the 7/7 terrorists. But hey, what do you expect from a London mayor who, in his 20-year anniversary 7/7 statement, fails to mention any form of the words Islam or terrorists? Hey up everyone and welcome to Political Nerds. I'm Steph the Alter Nerd, your nerdy political guide from Washington DC to Westminster and beyond. In today's video, I'm going to discuss how Sadiq Khan has been linked in some way, shape or form to a trainer of one of the 7/7 Islamic terrorists. Now, of course, before I jump into it, do your own research, come to your own conclusions. And as a disclaimer, I'm not inciting hatred to anyone or particular group, religion, etc. So let's jump into it first and foremost with this on X. Thanks to Connor Tomlinson for sharing this article. In his tweet, he says the following. Sadiq Khan spent his legal career representing Islamists and speaking alongside jihadists at conferences. In 2003, Khan spoke at a conference where Sajil Saeed, a leader of the Al-Muharun, whose terror camp trained Mohammed Sadiq Khan, perpetrator of the 7/7 bombings. Sadiq Khan's former brother-in-law was also a member of the Al-Muharun, with his name appearing on a fatwa in 1998, calling for a full-scale war of jihad against Britain and the US. Now, of course, I'd recommend you read this article in full, and I'll make sure the link of which is in the description bar below. But let me direct your attention to the bits that matter for this particular video on Sadiq Khan. So here, the article says, quote, that Sunak, at the time a few years ago, was singling out Lee Anderson, the former Deputy Party chairman who resigned from the Conservatives over the defanged Rwanda bill, and was excommunicated from the Conservative Party for saying that Sir Keir Starmer and Sadiq Khan are doing the bidding of Islamists. Despite 64% of the party members polled opposing Anderson's suspension, Tories rushed to condemn his comments as defamatory, urge he apologise or preface any defence by calling him clumsy. But Lee Anderson was right. Sadiq Khan's permissive policing policies, it's a little bit of a mouthful there, isn't it, have given terror apologists who declare their intent to annex England to a global caliphate carte blanche in London. Whether or not Khan would describe them as mates is not the most important point. In this row about Islamophobia, Khan's history of defending and associating with Islamists appear to have been memory hold. During his career as a human rights lawyer, Khan represented the Nation of Islam leader Louis Farrakhan, who has called white people devils, Jews termites, and Hitler a very great man, and consulted for the defense of Zacarias Moussaoui, the only man convicted in the US for 9/11. In isolation, this could be defensible. Everybody has the right to a lawyer. But Khan's advocacy on behalf of violent anti-British figures has gone beyond the call of professional duty. The Times was reported that in 2003, Khan attended a conference agitating for the release of terror suspects in Guantanamo Bay, organised by Yasser al-Siri, who fled to Britain after killing a 12-year-old girl in a car bomb in 1994, and was convicted in 2005 for planning the 1993 World Trade Center bombing. Al-Siri was a member of Islamic Jihad run by Ayman al-Zawahiri, who later became Osama bin Laden's deputy in Al-Qaeda. Al-Siri also celebrated the anniversary of 9/11 in 2002 at Abu Hamza's Finsbury Park Mosque. Also present was Sajil Saeed, leader of the later proscribed Al-Muharun, whose terror camp trained Mohammed Sadiq Khan, the orchestrator of the 7/7 bombings. Here is the link, in some way, shape or form, of Sadiq Khan, the mayor of London, somehow being associated with Sajil Saeed, whose terror camp trained the orchestrator of the 7/7 bombings. What the frick? Oh, gets even better. Khan's former brother-in-law, this article's saying here, was also a freaking member of this. His name appearing on a fatwa in 1998 calling for a full-scale war of jihad against Britain and the US. Now, knowing who Khan has associated himself with in the past, whether directly, indirectly, extremely loosely, accidentally, whatever the frick you want to call it, right? To me, opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, it's no wonder that he then says this. Thanks to Tommy Robinson for sharing this on X. Back in 2016, it was reported in the Daily Mail that Sadiq Khan said that terror attacks are part and parcel of living in a big city. Yeah. This is the problem. As soon as terrorism is just simply accepted as a way of life, then we give in to those monsters who want to murder us simply because we won't capitulate to their faith in God. Well, do you know what? F that. Terror attacks are not and should never be part and parcel of living in a big city. Instead, what should be part and parcel of living in a big city is a police and secret service that protects its people and ensures that these terror attacks never freaking happen in the first place. But hey, what do you expect from a London mayor who in his 20-year anniversary 7/7 Islamic terrorist attack statement fails to mention any form of the words Islam or terrorists? This is the thing. We only honour the victims of 7/7 by telling the truth as to what happened to them in the first place. They were murdered by Islamic terrorists in an Islamic terrorist attack. As Rupert Law says here on X, lives weren't lost. Because that's what Sadiq Khan, Tuti Keir, and the rest of the Labour cronies have been saying as they've been putting out their statements for the 20-year anniversary today of the 7/7 Islamic terror attacks. We honour the lives that were lost. We honour the lives that were lost. We honour the lives that were lost. No. We honour the lives that were murdered by Islamic terrorists in an Islamic terrorist attack. So going back to what Rupert Law said here on X, I totally agree. Lives weren't lost on 7/7. They were murdered. We even have Conservative MP Nick Timothy expanding on the truth of 7/7, saying the following: 20 years ago, Islamists attacked London, murdering 52 and injuring 784. They were British Muslims from Leeds and Aylesbury. We do not honour the victims by denying the facts or pretending we've prevailed against this danger. We owe it to all to tell the truth. Exactly. We don't honour the victims by whitewashing the event. Lives were lost. No. People were murdered. And we don't honour the victims of Islamic terrorism by simply freaking turning round and saying, oh, well, you know what, terror attacks are a part and parcel of living in a big city. No. No. We don't whitewash this. We fight against this. We don't bow down and just give up and say, well, I suppose this is status quo now. No, we fight against it. But again, I suppose, what do you expect from a London mayor who in his 20-year anniversary 7/7 Islamic terror attack statement fails to mention any form of the words Islam or terrorists, when we now found out that somehow, in some way, shape or form, he was freaking associated to one of the trainers of a 7/7 Islamic terrorist. And not just any of them, the orchestrator of it. Chills going up and down my spine. I don't know about you guys. With that being said, if you appreciated this video and you want more, then please make sure you subscribe to join our Alter Nerd tribe here at Political Nerds. Like, share, comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever on this mess. I'm sure you've got some thoughts. Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I appreciate all your faces. And until the next time, you guys, laters.